everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny, or as my mother says in her southern accent, Gian. Yeah, every time I say that, I am her voice, Gian. Anyways, you might be wondering, might not be, where have I been, what have I been up to, because it has been a long time. And I just want you to know there is an elephant in the room. Actually, there are many elephants in the room. The last video I showed you this elephant that I made for a nephew that was born, I don't know, a few months ago now. And I've got another great nephew. That one was a great nephew. Another one that's coming in the fall. And in fact, I'm going to his baby shower at the end of next month. And yeah, so I'm going to be taking a little trip out of California, which I seem to do about every 2 years. But anyways, I just thought, well, that mother, my niece-in-law, loves elephants. So I made elephants. Now this one I have made many times before, and I need to still come up with some little decoration to put on him because he's just kind of plain, but here's this one. And I never do the tail like the pattern says, I just do a little braided tail. But I will link the pattern below because this is a free pattern. And it's really nice pattern because you just start from up here and you work your way down to the legs. And so there's very little sewing on this one, just the ears, and then there's a belly piece that goes in there. But it's good. It's a good piece to learn the skill of this no-sew and just making these legs. Anyways, so that's that elephant. And then I like that other elephant so much, I made another one. So, isn't he cute? He's just really cute. Now, one thing I wanted to say that I wanted to correct about something I said about this pattern the last time was regarding the last row on the neck. And that was a row that you would do a crab stitch in. And I was a little confused because the pattern went from 27 stitches to 24 stitches, and then you were went to 27 stitches, yeah, and then you did a back loops only and condensed it down to 24. So I'm just looking at the numbers thinking, how am I supposed to get 27 crab stitches in 24? Well, see, here's the sneaky thing. The front loops are still 27. And so the pattern was correct. It just, you had to figure out that part of the row still stayed the same. It was only the back loops that got condensed. So the pattern is correct. But if you ever do that pattern or run into that kind of situation where on the last row the back loops are condensed and then you have to work in the front loops, don't think that their stitch count is the same, because it's not. Okay, so then so now I have 2 elephants for that little baby. And my brother and his wife, it's my brother's first grandchild, so he and his wife, who are both quilters, had made 2 crib blankets that are quilts for the baby. And I've got a picture of them, and they're just hanging over the side of the crib, just waiting for a baby. And then Mikey from the crochet crowd came out with instructions on how to do an elephant border on a baby blanket. and I will post that video below in case you haven't seen it. Now, I have seen that elephant border before, but you know, really you have to have a specific reason to use that kind of border, and it's because it's just not for everything. And but I was like, well, my brother has already made 2 blankets. Should I even make a baby blanket? Well, of course I should make a baby blanket because I did. And I put the elephant border on it. So I don't have a full picture of it. I'm just going to kind of hold it up and show it to you. Okay, these are the blanket colors. There's a little popcorn stitch in there, and I just kind of winged it. I didn't go with a pattern or anything. It's just double crochet. And then if you can see this elephant trunk to tail border. Now each of these elephants is supposed to take up 10 stitches. Let me get a little bit closer if I can. Okay, you can kind of see how they are. So it's supposed to take up 10 stitches, but I would say when you get about 3 elephants worth from the corner to count back, because you may only want to put 9 stitches in, and the place where you would lose a stitch is right under the trunk. Instead of putting 2 stitches or skipping 2 under there, just skip 1, because there are no elephants on the actual corner. So you can see there's the corner and no elephants. So then I made this blanket, and like I said, I just winged it. But then after I made that blanket, I thought that blanket goes better for my great nephew that was born a few months ago. So then, do I still make another baby blanket for the one that's coming up? And the answer is yes, I did. Because there's elephants and his mother loves elephants. So, let's see if I can get this. Okay. I did the same pattern kind of thing. It's not really a pattern, just double crochet and some popcorn stitches. Okay, so, but here's the colors on this one. And all I did was 2 rows of double crochet, and then on the 3rd row of double crochet I just spaced out some popcorn stitches. For me, I just spaced them out every 8. And then I did 2 more rows of double crochet and then a row of single crochet to bring me back around. So there's a total of 6 rows per section. So, and here's this one has little gold elephants. The head does flop back a little bit, but there they are. Okay, so now I can wash them, yay, and be done with them. And I'm going to ship one, and the other I will maybe take with me on the airplane with the 2 elephants. I'll see. Let's figure it out. But then, right in the middle of me making these guys, I don't know, I got sidetracked. And I thought, you know, I've got all these small cakes of yarn, things that I've caked up, especially lots of shades of green from doing all those Zabez projects. Not the most recent batch, but before that, when he was doing all like plant-based things. And so I just had a ton of green, and I thought, you know, I am going to start turning them into granny squares so that I can make a granny square Afghan to give away. So let me just show you. So on my granny square Afghans, they're all double strand, And I used mint as one of the base colors, and I went through 2 jumbo skeins of mint and a regular skein and got rid of all my miscellaneous little balls of green. So I've got all these here. Whoops. Haven't woven in any of the ends. I'll get to that later. So I had all those. Then, because it's never enough, I started making some other ones. Actually, I started with these first, and then I went to the green. So these don't really match. They wouldn't go in the same blanket, but yeah, so let's see, how many is that? Okay, so I made 45 of these total squares. So I've been busy doing that. And then, let's see, what is today? Today's Saturday, so Friday morning, about 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm still up because I'm a late night person. I got this message on Facebook from Zabez saying he was trying to tag me in a post because he was starting a new series of tests, but he was not able to tag me for some reason. Now, I don't know what's going on with Facebook, but that's the second thing that okay, first of all, I can't be tagged, I don't think, and then the second thing is I am unable to share anything to any of the groups that I belong. Now I can post directly into the group, but if I see something that just comes through my Facebook feed and I want to share it to a group, I can't share to any group. I just can't share. So I don't know what's going on with that, and I don't know how to fix my settings. I didn't change my settings, it just happened one day, and I don't know. It's kind of a pain, but anyhow. So Zabez contacts me, and I said, yes, I definitely want to do the pattern. And of course, we're back to the plant-based things. So I'm back to using a lot of green again, and I just used up a ton of green, but I still have enough green to of course do this project and many others. But I don't know how many projects this time I'm going to do of his, because the last time I did like 11 out of 15, and I just don't have anybody to give them to anymore. So I've inundated my great nieces, you know, the little ones, and who else do I give them to? You know, they can only take so many. So I'm just going to be real picky, but this particular one, which is a flower, it happens to be one of my favorite flowers, so I said, okay, I'd do it. And it's also, he's got some larger projects that he never made a smaller version of, so now he's making smaller versions of that, which is good, because maybe there's a couple of the larger ones that I wanted to do, but I mean, they were large as far as the hook size that I use, because I use a 3mm. He uses, I think, a 2mm, and so his come out only about 8 inches, but mine come out about 12 inches. And the large ones, so I was like, well, I'll never do a large one because those will be really big. And what do I do with it? So I'm just glad he's making mini versions of them. Anyhow, that's where I've been, and that's how busy I've been for the last month. And I like that baby blanket pattern enough that I might just do a couple more like that of elephants even, and donate them. I still donate to this one church that's down the street. They have a cancer ministry, so to have a couple of those for the cancer ministry might be kind of fun. And they only take me like 3 or 4 days. And I'm still working on Jada blankets, sewing stuff on. I've kind of put that off, kind of putting it off. There's no real need. I mean, it's summertime, so the kids that they're going for live in Michigan, and I can always ship them at a later time. It's no big deal. But I might try to get them done before I go on my trips so that I can take them and give them to my sister, and she can take them back to Michigan with her. She's already been prepared that she needs to travel light and have room in her luggage for 2 Afghans. But if I change my mind, I will let her know. Anyhow, that's about it for this video, and I hope you all are doing well this summer, and I will talk to you soon. Well, I'll try to be sooner than 1 month. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.